This is the homework for lesson number 85 of Paul McCord's Raspberry Pi PicoW series of lessons he has on YouTube. As you can see, let's do the hardware here first. You see, this is my up button. This is my down button. And rather than use LEDs, I just use one of these LED, what do they call those things? They have their built-in LEDs. There's like 10 of them, so I blacked out 2 of them to make it 8. So now I have an 8-bit, or I'm only using 4 of these bits. And my 0-bit is on the right, 2-bit, 4-bit, 8-bit. Okay. Right now it's running, so let's take a quickie look at how it works. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. That's counting up. And if I cut down, count down from 15, 1, 2, it's hard to read that one, but it's counting down. All right. The only thing I have a problem with here is it goes 1 bit past the count and then starts counting up, or goes 1 bit past and counts back down. And I'm not sure how to fix that. Hopefully somebody will jump in here and give me a comment as to what to do about it. I've tried all kinds of different things and nothing seems to work. I'm sure there's best ways of doing this. Keith has a really good way, but I didn't want to go with a what do you call it, a library for this sort of thing. Anyway, that's how it works. Now let's go through the code that I wrote. From machine, I import pin and timer. Then I import time for the time.tick stuff. Here I set up the pin numbers. I've got 1 bit 13, 2 bits 12, 4 bits 11, and 8 bits pin 10. Then I set them up as outputs 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay, if you go over here, you can see I got set up with 2 pins. 20 is the up pin, 21 is the down pin. I said press equals 1, otherwise it takes a while before it catches up. Once it counts from 0, 1 seems to work better. Anyway, then here we define the T up and a T down for the demounting stuff. And then we have I set up the old up state and the old down state. So they would be, once I started using them, it'd be there and it wouldn't crash. Here's the global stuff. I bring in press. That's the thing that seems to be 1 bit off. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. Then have the T up, T down stuff. And the bit state old comes in. And we get bit state up by reading the watch button up value. Go down here. Here is the watch button up pin. This is the pin you're going to read to get the watch button up value. And here's the watch trigger. This is where you watch to see if the thing has gone down or if it's gone up, and it sends it to the counter. Counter up or the counter down, depending on which button you press. Anyhow, this does the bouncing here. This is where I measure the down transition versus the up transition, and make sure that I get a larger than 25 milliseconds of it. That way I know I've got a good transition. If you look here, I think it's got to be greater than 25 milliseconds. Otherwise, I figure it's a bounce, or a button bounce. Anyhow, then we got I got some things here. I got the 1 LED value, press 1. This is a 1-bit, this is a 2-bit, the 4-bit, the 8-bit. This I'm using to bind a bitwise actions here. Down here I've got the increment counter to 15, and then I reset it to 0. This thing does a mod to 16, and it won't go past that, it goes back down to 0. Then I do a little housekeeping here, button only goes to but stayed up. Okay, then we do the same thing for the countdown function. All the same stuff, except for I say press -1 is percent 16, so that makes it count down. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why when I switch between the countdown and count 1 or count up, I get an extra bit. In other words, if I'm counting up and I want to count down, I got to count up one more, and then it starts counting down. Vice versa, if I'm counting down and I want to count up, it's got to go down one more bit before it starts to go up. So I am not sure why that's happening. Anyhow, I got the usual stuff down here. Reset everything. So when I turn it off, all the LEDs go off. Anyhow, there's my homework, and I appreciate you doing these, Paul. And this took me a while to get going. Anyhow, bye, guys.